Grand Rising, this is your motivational, inspirational daily message. And the story I have to today, it says, I've got a bone to pick. Thomas Burrell, founder of Burrell Communications, says, people ask me how I built my business. I tell them I didn't have much, but I used everything that I had. A man overheard an elderly gentleman giving some advice to a young boy who was boarding a ship to seek his fortune. Now, my lad, the old man said, just remember the three bones and you'll get along just fine. The curiosity of the bystander prompted him to ask the old man what he meant by the three bones. With a twinkle in his eye, the old man replied, I am speaking of the wishbone, the jawbone, and the backbone. It's the wishbone that keeps you chasing your dreams. It's the jawbone that helps you ask the questions that are necessary to finding them. And it's the backbone that keeps you at it until you realize them. Each of us must use these three bones. We must use them now to find happiness that comes through making the most of our abilities. We must persevere in using them and make them responsive to our bidding. Undoubtedly, this will give new life. Undoubtedly, this will give life new meaning, a new outlook. By utilizing these bones, we just may be able to light the fire under some tired bones. Okay. So I found this story this morning and I wanted to read that to you because I've had multiple different questions. People have asked me, how did I see what I saw to get to a point where I was able to capitalize on the changes in this system that's happening? And it's because I was asking questions. I was using my jawbone. When I would hear something or I would look at something, whether it was history, I would ask the questions and I would dive deeper in. I still do not understand how one person was able to get so many people to take on his thought process and his beliefs and be able to murder and massacre millions of people. And at no point in time did anybody turn around and say this was wrong. I'm speaking of Hitler. Okay, we have multiple different accounts that we can attest to in history where people blindly follow. And it's not that I'm glorifying him. I'm just using him as an example. How can one person with a thought process of that much evil be able to pass it on and so many people can follow? That's the state of our lives today. People blindly follow, or they pick up that thought process. At some point, we have to ask questions. You cannot blindly follow anybody and expect that you're going to get the results that you desire. Because somewhere in that path, there is a fork in the road, and you have to ask questions once you reach that fork. Or ask the questions before so that when that fork comes up, you know which path to take, because there's so many times in our lives we sit back and we regret our decisions. But somewhere in there, when you made that decision, in your mind, you made it right to take that thought process on. That's the whole thing. But now you live in regret because it doesn't give you the result you desired. But you made that decision. It does not matter. That's what life is about. Life is all about decisions. And then you get the result of the decision that you made. If you don't like the result, then you need to change and stop wallowing in your sorrow, because you made that decision to take the path that you're on. That's the key. But you have to get to a point where you ask questions constantly within yourself, not to other people, within yourself. You edge out all the noise. Get to a point where you love who you are and everything about you. Accept yourself for who you are today and be willing to make the changes to make yourself a better person in your own personal eyes. Stop allowing other people to determine what you should do, who you should be, and what you should be going and doing. That's the key. Define your life for you. You came in alone, you will leave alone. And if you don't like the circle you're in, find a new one. Stop allowing other people to continue to pull you back like a crab in a barrel. You didn't change. You're not the same. This, that, and the other. And your response should be, you're absolutely right. I have, because I see better. I deserve better than what I'm getting. You should change too. And if you're not, walk by yourself, guys. Be willing to walk by yourself, because if you can get to a point where you're comfortable with who you are and you're walking by yourself, the right people will come around, will come into your life and give you the guidance and the direction. There's no way an eagle can hang with a bunch of turkeys, because the eagle's meant to soar 5 miles up in the air, or 2.5 miles, whatever the distance or whatever the height may be. A turkey can only fly for what, 4 feet? Change your life, be the best you can be, strive for excellence each and every day, and overcome the challenges and obstacles that are set in your path, because only you can make your life the way it's supposed to be. With that, God bless, strive for excellence, and I'll talk to you guys later.